RVing is fun.
Yeah.
But you know what's not fun is when you get out somewhere and you have something happen that you're not prepared for.
That's right. Hey guys, we're James and Kester with the Boundless Bronickies, and today we got a handful for you number people. Let's go with 13 things that are going to improve your safety while you're out camping.
First one on the list is so easy that I get to handle this one. So this is tire chocks. We prefer a rubber tire chock, and I'm going to tell you why. The plastic ones that you can get will crack the first time that you run them over. And I promise you, if you RV long enough, you will run them over at some point. So these are a little bit heavier duty. And I want to know how you guys chock your tires. So we usually do one tire with one in the back and one in the front. But I have seen a lot of people who do them like this. And I want to know how you do yours. When you are hitching up, you want to have these in place so that you don't have any runaway RV issues. And then before you disconnect, these are in place. You do not want these ones in there while you're still leveling your trailer because it will bend these up and put some weird pressure on your tires. But these are a great upgrade to the security because somebody's going to have to remove these first if they want to take your RV. So tire chocks and then wheel stops if you want them.
All right, so number 2, 3, and 4 is right here in the truck. And it is not a finch feeder, all right?
Although that's important. Your wife wanted that.
That is important. But
it's good for your safety.
Specifically, number 2 on our today's list is going to be a medical kit and a first aid kit. As you know, I was a firefighter with the Army for 18 years, and I just finished my EMT recertification, even though I haven't been in that world for 5 years.
I feel safer already.
Do you?
Yeah.
So anyways, getting yourself a really good first aid kit, especially if you're into hiking, get the stuff that's got the blister packs. We've upgraded this one just a little bit because of my background. If you want more information on a good first aid kit, let us know in the comments below. But something we're adding this year is going to be a venom snake kit, and because they seem to be falling out of the sky nowadays, a tick remover. If you don't know how to remove a tick, I suggest you learn, especially since for whatever reason they're all over the place now, and it's not with a burnt match, okay?
And it's not by pulling it out.
Tweezers, don't do that. So, a first aid kit. Number 2, since I'm right here, we actually had these all over the place, but I'm just gonna roll with it. So number 3 on today's list is going to be a tire inflation kit, and get one that is strong enough to pump up your truck tires. Because typically, if it's strong enough to pump up your truck tires, it's going to be strong enough to pump up your RV tires, right? So get one that's going to do that fairly quick, not in 4 days per tire, like actually get a really decent one. So there's number 3 on the list. Number 4 on the list, since we're all right here, this is really nice. I like this. This is so clean right here.
I know, it's so, I love that under the seat storage there.
Me too. Is going to be a jumper box. You never know. This one, I actually, while we were in Florida, I've told this story before.
It's your favorite story.
I just liked it. Some older guy came up to me, hadn't run his RV, his motorhome in over a year. It was parked in like one of those extra parking lot or storage
like
at an RV parking area. And he's like, can you please jump me with your jumper cables? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. I have those in the toolbox. So I went out there and I was like, first I'm going to try this little handy dandy jumper box.
We'd never used it.
Now they got so many good ones out there that are so strong. But anyways, he hadn't started his motor home. I plugged this right up to his battery and hit the jump, and he fired his thing right up.
It was a big Class A, right?
It was a big old Class A. And so yeah, it comes with these little like cables that you literally, after you get it all untangled, that's just to charge it. But that's it. And then this plugs right into the box. You hook that up and bzambo. So that's number 2, 3, and 4. So why don't we go on to the next one?
Let's do it.
This quick.
Clearly James is doing the heavy lifting on this video today because he knows a little bit more than I do about safety. So I get to talk about cones. So these are great to have, just some little portable cones, so that if you do have to make an unexpected stop on the side of the road for a potty break or for a repair, you can put these out and just make sure that passing vehicles can see you better. The other thing that you can do with these cones at the campsite that we do all the time is put them over trip hazards. So we screw down our rugs with stakes, so we put these over those stakes. We don't have stubbed toes. These come in really handy and take up basically zero space and weigh almost nothing.
So for this next one, we're gonna move to the propane tanks.
I will help out here, holding the door
Good
open.
job.
You're welcome.
You get a bonus. Next one is gas stop. Now, we just got these from E-Trailer for our new rig. We had them on our last rig, and I had one of these each on each one of our propane tanks that comes off of your regulator. And what these do is basically, one, this piece will stop a major gas leak. You're driving down the road, we all have our gas lines underneath the rig exposed to whatever we're gonna run over. You get a major something come up, pokes one of these lines, you blow out a tire and it lands on your gas line, your frame, and it will stop if you have a major gas leak, right? Also, you can do a minor check. So every single time we would get to a brand new RV site and I'm doing our setup, sewer, water, utilities, all of that, I would turn on my propane, prime it, 4 to 5 pumps if you're curious, and you gauge, and wherever your gauge is at, you take a mental note, or you could take a grease pencil and do a little mark, and then come back in 3 minutes. And as long as your gauge hasn't moved at all, you know that everything from here throughout your whole place is working operationally correct, is operational.
Yeah, leak free.
Leak free, leak free. If you notice like, oh dang, it moved down, you have a leak somewhere. And then that's why I always also carry soapy bottled water. On the fire engines, this was like our go-to, right? You just, wherever there's a thing or a connection, you just leak it. Speaking of which, we have actually saved 2 RV parks because we walked into the laundromat or the laundry rooms and
they smelled so bad.
Smelled horrible. One of them was a super high-end resort in Florida, and they're like, oh no, that's normal. I'm like, no, that is not normal. I went and got my trusty soapy bottle, went behind all the dryers. We were climbing up on top of the dryers. I was spraying all the connections, and boom, what you're looking for, as soon as you spray this on, if there's a leak, it will bubble up like you're blowing a bubble gum bubble.
Yeah,
so that's what you're looking for.
Guy was not happy about it.
No, he was not.
Because he had to fix it.
He had to fix it, but we also proved him wrong. Real quick, what you'll notice when you're replacing this, if you decide to get the gas stop, is the ones that come with the manufacturing, these gas lines right here, they're really rigid. And so what gas stop has done is they've created these 90-degree fittings here with a threaded cable that comes in like a 12 or an 18-inch extension. On our last one, we used the 18-inch. And then that way you can secure your propane tanks and still shut your door without it pushing. Because if you just use the gas stop, I show you real quick, don't worry, this is turned off. When I go to install this gas stop, and all you're doing is threading it straight on to your propane tank, put your gauge straight up, and then this one, see, this is what I'm saying. You could adjust your tank to where it might fit, but then this piece protrudes outside of your door and you can't get your door open. So that's why they also came up with the extension.
So if you don't have one of these and you want to get one, which we definitely recommend, you can find these at E-Trailer. That's where we got ours. They are one of our channel sponsors. We've worked with them for a while now, and they have thousands of RV and truck parts. They are in Missouri, right here in the US. And one of the things we really love about them is they have the best customer service. So they bring all the products into their warehouse, they test them, they learn about them. They don't put a product on their website until their customer service reps know about that product. So the nice thing is you don't do the like order something, send it back, swap it out. They want to get you the right product the first time for your setup. So check them out for anything that you need. We'll drop links to our storefront in the description so you can see all the stuff that we use there. And let's get to the next one.
Let's do it.
Next couple.
Next couple. Are you ready for this one? I'm actually going to see how she does on this. How about you go first?
Oh, okay. I know about things. So
let's see.
This is the Power Mountain Tallboy Bottle Jack. I'm going to set it down.
It is no bottle
joke.
jack that's in the back seat of your truck. Let me tell you that much right now.
I'm going to tell you guys about this thing.
Now I want to see how you do. Listen, I use this thing all the time.
Number one.
Yes.
It has a it has a large base on it so that it stays really sturdy. Number two, it has all of these extensions.
I don't want you to fall over.
I'm
sorry.
Up to 37.5 inches.
Good job.
It lifts up to 6 tons, which is 12,000 pounds. American.
It's
And
got multiple.
nope, shh, give me that. It has this cradle attachment that is great for an axle. And then it also has this flat attachment that is great for when you have to repair a crack in your water tank on your RV.
Ooh, our last video.
And it comes in this carrying case that you can also use for upright rows. So that is the bottle jack. Something you definitely want to have with you is a really good jack, especially when you have a heavy RV. Our trailer, our fifth wheel unloaded is like 13,000 something. So this is rated up to 12,000 pounds. Obviously we're not lifting the whole thing up with the jack, but it's got enough strength for us to be able to change a tire or support as much of our trailer
I'm
as
proud
we
of
need
you.
to.
That was really good. You guys, this thing is universal.
It's the jack of all trades.
Oh my God.
I just came up with that.
Power Mountain. Jack, that's patented.
Also get that at e-trailer.
Okay, next, mine is not gonna be nearly as fun, but gentlemen, ladies, an actual torque wrench that goes up, I think I got one that goes up to 150, right?
Foot-pounds?
Foot-pounds of torque.
Foot-pounds.
Foot-pounds, 150 foot-pounds of torque, multiple heads on it. We use this for sure when we're changing out tires and making sure that we have the right torque specs on our lug nuts. But also, we've done a couple adjustments when we did our B&W hitch for the first time, actually the second time too when we got the newer one. What else have we used this thing for?
I think anywhere else where you want to make sure that you just have the correct tightness on your nuts. So take that and do what you will with it. If you want to make sure you have your nuts as tight as they should be, a torque wrench is your new best friend.
I just get a good wife. All right, so for this next one, let's see if I can top that one. So if you have a smoking hot wife, get yourself a good fire extinguisher. You guys, I was a firefighter for 18 years, and one of the things I did at one point in my early rookie, when you have to take on all these extra responsibilities, was be in charge of the fire extinguishers. And if you don't know, there is letters, A, B, C, D, K, a bunch of different ones, and they actually are a chemical inside of these things that adhere to certain elements. So not all fire extinguishers are created equally. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Okay, well, let me explain a couple things. ABC, that's an ordinary combustible fire extinguisher, and that's what you want to put out anything that's like wood, cardboard, that type of stuff inside your rig or your home for that matter. A BC is what you want for your truck. So if you also carry one for your truck, which is really smart, make sure that's a BC, because if it's an ordinary one, the chemical composition that's inside of this will hit flames and oil products and it won't do anything, right? So
do you remember that time when we were in Massachusetts?
Yes,
and that guy's truck caught on fire and you ran over with the correct fire extinguisher, and he had like a bucket of water he was throwing. It was dark out and it was just on.
Our boy was also grabbing the Castle sand bucket and was throwing water, and I just grabbed a good extinguisher and blew it all out.
That was wild.
It was wild. So a couple things real fast that you want to make sure you're doing, because I bet you're not doing this. This going down the road is just like shaking, right? Just like everything else. Every month, if you can remember, grab this thing, take it off of the handle, and shake this upside down, right? Because what's happening...
Like a Polaroid picture?
Or what's the...
Shake weight.
Shake weight. I'm not going to do that. But the chemical inside here is a powder. And as it just sits there, it's kind of caking. But as you're driving down the road, that's just rattling. And so the pressure that's on the inside, there's a tube that runs right down the center of this thing. And the pressure, when you pull this handle, it pushes this pressure down in here and pushes the powder out of that nozzle that comes out of here. But what happens over years of it just bouncing and rattling is that hardens and it cakes in here. So the day you need it, you go, you pull your tab, you spray, nothing happens. So every now and then, just run through your trailer and shake it up. Shake it up. Also, this is just from experience. Make sure you're not putting a zip tie. These are like the little breakaway ones. Don't put like an actual zip tie, because when you need it, that's not going to break off.
Do these expire?
They do expire, as a matter of fact, and that's one of the little inspector checks I had to make. Just look at your stuff. I'm not sure where it's at on this one. These are the ones that come with the manufacturer. I like the ones, we used to buy the ones that are at Costco. You get like 2-pack, right? This says 2022. So.
Is that when it was made? Guys, we might have just realized something. We need to go.
So do as I
update.
say, not as I do. Check your extinguisher. Okay, while we're on this topic, smoke detectors, right? They go off.
When you're cooking bacon.
When you're cooking bacon, you get mad, you throw them in the drawer, you leave them there. Don't do that. Change out the batteries. Do a test every now and then. And then also on the ground, you should have CO detectors, right?
Carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide, not carbon dioxide. So carbon monoxide detectors, it's basically displacement of oxygen and a couple of other things, but it's low because gases are usually heavier than air, so that's why they're at the bottom. So if you're installing a CO detector, don't put it up high. Okay, that's where your smoke detector goes, because smoke and heat rises, it'll trigger that. We actually, unfortunately, had a really good friends of ours that their rig burned down this last winter, and their smoke detectors is what woke them up in the middle of the night.
Them and their kids and their dogs just barely got out.
Made it. So anyways, to end on a happy note,
check
your
those, check
smoke
expiration
detectors.
dates.
I'm glad you eat bacon, and let's go on to the last ones.
Before we get to the last two, tell us, what is your best safety tip for RVing, camping, travel, or the best item that you've added to your safety arsenal so that we can see if we have it or if we're missing something? And the last two on this list are maybe like a little bit bougie, but two of my favorite things. The first one is the safety rail. So this is something that we have had on both of our RVs, and I'm obsessed with it. This is so much better than the railing that comes on most trailers that goes across the door and it's super janky and it's wiggly and it doesn't actually help. So this one goes full extension of your stairs. So when you're walking up the stairs, you can actually use it. You don't want to put, all your weight on it, but it is sturdy enough that you can actually use it to help you up the stairs. It's not just like a little thing you kind of grab onto. This made me really happy, a little bit of an emotional moment. My mom, who's not super mobile, was able to use this and come into our trailer for the first time, because when we had the other one, it was really difficult for her to get in. So this is a fantastic safety upgrade if you have little kids, if you have older people, if you go out.
I use it every single time
all
I
the
come up and down.
If you go out camping and maybe sometimes your balance is not the best, then this is your new best friend. The next thing that you might not think that the ladies would be so excited about is our disc brakes. We have D-Max disc brakes. We got those on our last trailer. We have them on our new trailer. And I get what some might call a little bit of anxiety when we're traveling.
And I don't
James
know who would say that.
Does not get it the way that I do. He is fantastic at driving, towing.
Yep.
He's just a fantastic husband all around.
So, D-Max disc brakes. I installed them DIY. I called D-Max. They walked me through everything. They would walk you through everything.
They have a full kit.
They have a full-on kit for all of your rigs. All of you guys out there with the toy haulers with heavy gear, or if you're like us where you're traveling a lot,
or
mountainous, even if you only go out in the summer and you're into the mountains coming up and coming down, or going through a lot of major cities. I'm saying all these because this is where I've actually employed our brake system. Salt Lake City, all of a sudden, bam, stop traffic, we hit our brakes, and because of D-Max disc brakes, they say up to 40% more stopping power. I think ours was even more than that.
Yeah.
But you could install them yourself. There's a number of places all across the country that will also install those for you. But you guys, it's a major, major upgrade from your drum brakes. Even the semis nowadays they've actually been doing this, because I've gone back and forth with some of the people leaving comments. They've actually been installing disc brakes on a lot of the newer semis since 2014.
Yeah, so several years they've been doing
Yes.
that. The other benefit of having better brakes on your trailer is you put less stress on your truck brakes. So less maintenance overall. They are pricier
Smart.
on the front end, but you have less maintenance, you have a better towing experience, and you don't put as much stress on the rest of your equipment. So you can order those kits direct on eTrailer. They'll help get you set up with everything that you need for it, the lug nut configurations, all the distances on the brake lines, and all that fancy stuff. So if you're
Your
thinking about
actuator.
disc brakes, that's honestly probably my #1 safety upgrade that we've done.
It's been really nice. It really sets us at ease when we're coming down the mountains. So there it is.
I think that's it.
There it
That's our
is.
safety stuff for today. So thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you so much. Also, stay tuned. Wednesday, we're doing the What Do You Think Wednesdays, and I'm going to do a whole entire install on that gas stop just for those that are going to be asking about it. I really think it's smart. So stay tuned for that one. Check out our other Wednesday videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us a comment down below. We also do Sunday long videos,
Like
so
this
tune
one?
in for those, like this one, and
We'll see you next week.
have a great week.
Bye,
We'll see
guys.
you soon.